Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost. I am Buzzard, working on the garden again. As you know, I got some wood chips. I'm laying down cardboard. I'm bending the top edge there about 6 inches, running it over the post. I got all my raised beds filled up. Hopefully I didn't fill them up too far, that they'll be ready for the spring. I've wet them down a couple of times, so maybe I'm hoping that'll help the decay process. And my tomato plants, they're still producing. Now the flowers, I haven't had no new flowers, but the plants themselves are still growing. They had to build me a little ramp there to get my wheelbarrow so I can get it over the edge of the raised bed. Hopefully this wind isn't messing with the video. I'll listen to it before I download it. Anyway, today is the day after the election. Now, from the numbers, it doesn't look real good for the other team. It does look pretty good for this team. I think this team is going to walk away with it, even though it'll be it'll have to be done in the courts, I'm afraid. But with that being said, that might be good for the people that have not prepared. It'll buy you a little bit more time. So for anyone that hasn't watched my channel, my suggestion would be to buy a lot of rice and then start buying other things like beans and things that you can mix with rice. But use rice. Sorry, I hate standing still. Oops, sorry about the light there. Anyway, buy you a lot of rice. Start getting you a lot of beans. You can add wild edibles to your rice and to your beans as far as that goes. And then start buying some canned stuff, maybe some canned vegetables. Now, I haven't done the Let's Do It Together in quite a while. And the reason I stopped doing it is because pretty much covered all the basics. And what I didn't cover in videos, my subscribers have left in the comments some good buys, some good ideals. So I just basically was repeating myself, starting to repeat myself all the time. Now, you need to make sure you have a way to get water. Whether that is from a pond and you can filter it, from your roof and you can filter it, you need to be able to make it, purify it. So when you're getting your food, you may want to pick up some containers to put water in. Go to your bakeries, places like that, donut shops, and ask them to save the buckets for you. Now they may have you buy them, which I think is a good price, would be $1 for a bucket and a lid. But they may just give them to you. Places that have deep fryers, you can also get the containers that the fry oil comes in. A little bit of Dawn soap, some hot water inside it, shake it around real good, drain it, put some more water in it. They clean up real good. I like using them for sugar and salt, things like that. Oop, video stopped. No, well, we're back on again. Anyway, get you some containers. Even if you're not using them right now, 5-gallon buckets with lids are a great item to have extras of. Like I said, you can store water in them. You can store food in them. You can use them for emergency latrines. You can also do wicking buckets out of them. Make them for plants to, plant your stuff in. There's all kinds of things you can use them for. Now, a lot of the smaller ones, I've used them to make what I would call a refugee bucket. Just some little bitty items, like maybe like a toothbrush, some rice, maybe some spices, sugar, Kool-Aid, just different little odds and end things. Which I figure if things were to go south, I figure the first 2 to 6 months, there's not going to be a lot of refugee buckets being given out from me or my group. It would be, I feel, too much of a risk to do it that early. We do have family that's coming by. There we go. Sorry about that. That's going to be coming by or staying here. Some friends. So, giving out the buckets early probably won't be a thing that we'll be doing right off the bat, but it will be just something that we'll do later on. Hopefully the bad guys get thinned out pretty quick. And if they don't, well, we'll have to deal with them then. Anyway, the world didn't end. Like I said, I already know who won. But get prepared. Start getting some stuff. Maybe the one I know that won doesn't actually end up winning. I think you'll be safe for a little while, because they're going to be thinning out the ones that's created all this chaos. They'll be the first ones they'll thin out, because they don't want them rebelling against them. Oh. Anyway, that's enough of that. Try to get my water machine fixed. It's not going to get fixed. And I can't afford the $2,600 to buy another one right now. Setting back some food would be more important. Some fencing, stuff like that, things that I can use. So doesn't look like I'm going to be getting my another water machine right now. Basically, it makes distilled water now, which is not the water I'm looking to get. Distilled water is easy to make. But anyhow, so hopefully things quieten down, starts getting back to normal. I got a feeling this sweet and sour sniffles is going to be over with. The majority of it will be over with in a few months. The death rate is dropping on it. They've figured out new ways to treat it. So I got a feeling that's not going to be something that's going to be going on. It'll be just like flu A and flu B. This will be flu C, I guess. Anyway, I hope everyone voted. And I do want every vote to count, but there's a legal way to do it. There's rules, and the Democrats, if they can't win it legally, they have a tendency to change the rules, which ends up biting them in the backside. Um, for example, the nuclear option. That was something that the Republicans said that they would regret doing, or told the Democrats that they would end up regretting it, and obviously they did. We got 3 Supreme Court justices in now, and I know the Democrats have been talking about packing the courts. Some of them are doing it under their breath, or they trying to change the definition of it, but we all know what it means. Since they want to do it so bad, I think we got 13 circuits that have judges on them, and maybe we ought to bring it up to 13 justices. So before January 20, maybe he ought to appoint 3 more, and that'll give a justice, technically speaking, for each circuit. And then if the Democrats want to raise it up so they can get their majority back, it'll be obvious that they're doing it it's obvious that they're wanting to do it so they can get their leftist agenda passed. But anyway, didn't I say that was enough of that? And there I'm carrying on again about it. Anyway, get prepared. Spend some money. Spend it on food. If you got food, spend it on security. Spend it on things that would have a value even if there's no power. Whether it be something simple as a hammer, an axe, a rake, a hoe, anything like that. And if you got all that secured, start looking at your plans for who's going to be there, what's going to be needed. Maybe work up some operational procedures for the group members that you know are going to be here, and do some alternatives for additional people. Just make it where you and your family can be safe. Anyway, that'll be it on this video. Remember, only dead fish follow the flow of the stream. Don't be a dead fish. This is Buzzard. See ya.